Hello, folks. Welcome back to my channel. This is Horror Town, and today I have another horror movie review for you. And this time I'll be doing it on a movie that I just happened to rewatch recently, and this movie is called Terrifier. This movie was released in 2016. It is an American slasher film that was written, edited, co-produced, and directed by Damien Leone, according to Wikipedia, and it stars Jenna Canel, Samantha Scafidi, Catherine Corcoran, as well as David Howard Thornton. So, what is this movie about? Sorry. So this movie is basically a Halloween-themed film that is taking place at Halloween, right? On Halloween night. And basically you have these two party goers, Tara and her friend Dawn, and basically this is they're gonna be, going to a pizzeria to have some pizza, and they're hanging out together. But then they're gonna be, introduced to a pretty scary dude, and this is none than this character happens to be Art the Clown. So basically, this is our introduction to his character, and he's a pretty weird fellow who is obviously, as you can tell from the movie poster, he's wearing this kind of clownish mask, and he likes to smile a lot, and he seems to be a little bit off. He's really strange. But then as the movie goes on, it appears that he might actually be a serial killer, as many people are going to be attacked. And it appears that he's the one behind those attacks, and he has it out for, the girls, as he's going to be targeting, right, and following around and trying to kill in order to possibly, potentially, I don't know what exactly, maybe make him happy or something. He's a pretty strange character, as I said. So this is pretty much how it goes. The movie itself is pretty much about him trying to hunt down the girls, and them not being, safe. Especially, one of our main characters. I won't tell you who, but basically, yeah, he's gonna be kind of obsessed with one of the girls, as you can tell from, that time at the restaurant, the pizza place. He's gonna develop a weird kind of obsession, some kind of an obsession with, one of the characters, and I'll let you find out for yourselves who. But basically, this character, yes, is not gonna be safe, and there's gonna be a lot of following around. There's gonna be a lot of, blood, and it's gonna get pretty graphic and very, very disturbing to watch. But this is pretty much how it goes. So this is Terrifier. Not much more to say, to be honest with you. It is a good film to a certain extent, which I think was, kind of very simplistic. I think it's kind of low budget, to be honest with you. It doesn't have, you can tell that it's just it's shot pretty well, but there's not that much to it. The special effects are, pretty mild, I guess you could say. But it has a lot of blood, I'll say that much. But I believe that, yes, this is another movie that stars Art the Clown. There were others, actually, as a matter of fact, that were made before. There's one in particular in 2013, but I haven't watched it, so I can't really tell. But yeah, I believe that this is not the first introduction to Art the Clown, but he's definitely featured there as one of the main characters. And needless to say that there are other sequels following after this film, which are basically, the rest of the movies of this franchise, I guess you could say. But Terrifier is a pretty good film in the sense that, it has a lot of it has, I guess, it's okay for what it is. It has some nice, following scenes, and some nice jump scares, and some pretty scary moments. But yeah, Terrifier, the reason why I wanted to watch this film is because I was basically, Art the Clown is becoming this kind of Halloweenish character that people, you know, are interested in seeing. You can see, the in the stores. Sometimes you have this costume that people like to wear nowadays that for Halloween because it's becoming this new kind of Halloweenish icon. So I thought to myself, well, since the movie is having this impact on people, why not just go ahead and watch it? And I actually watched it before, prior to this time. I actually rewatched it a few days ago, and I thought that this was a pretty good film. Now, it has some, I guess it's not that good in the sense that, you expect a different kind of turn of events, but it is pretty, it's not exactly my favorite kind of, you know, type of movies, especially since some of the characters that I liked, didn't really make it, and I really wish that, they did. But I won't tell you who because I don't want to spoil too much or anything. But yeah, it's okay for what it is, I guess. It's not especially the best Halloween movie at all that I've seen. It's actually pretty I guess weak could be a way to put it, but it's okay for what it is, I guess. If you don't know what else to watch during, I guess I could have watched a better film for the Halloween, on Halloween night, but I happened to watch this one and it was okay. It's pretty low budget, as I said. I don't know if I said it, but yeah, it's not entirely. It's not shot in an impressive kind of way. It's more like it's pretty simplistic. It's just a guy following people around and starting the bloody handiwork, you know, and basically our characters are being targeted, but it's pretty much it. There aren't a lot of characters, there aren't a lot of actors, so let's move on to them. So we have Jenna Kano, who plays Tara Hayes, who is pretty good. I actually She was one of my favorite. She was my favorite character of the movie, and yeah, I was pretty well. Needless to say, yeah, it's okay for what it is. But as the movie goes on, I didn't really like the choices that were made down the line. Then we have Samantha Scafidi, who plays Victoria Hayes, who was Tara's sister, who I thought was pretty good. We have David Howard Thornton. David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, who's pretty good, who's pretty scary. Then we have Catherine Corcoran as Dawn Emerson, who happens to be Tara's best friend at the beginning, the blonde girl, who is okay, but a little too silly for her own good, I guess you could say. Then we have Puya Mosini, who plays the cat lady, who is pretty funny, pretty eccentric. Then we have Matt McAllister, who plays Mike the Exterminator. Yes, at some point, Tara wants to use the bathroom in this building, and he is the exterminator, and he decides to let her in, and well, something is going to happen there. I won't tell you what it is, let you find out for yourselves. Then we have Katie McGuire, who plays Monica Brown, Gino Caffarelli, who plays Steve, Corey Duvall, who plays Seth Bolton, the coroner, and yeah, I can't really pronounce this word sometimes. The coroner, the coroner. I'm pretty sure this is how you pronounce it. Yes, in the end, he was pretty funny. Then we have Michael Levi, who plays the exterminator, and we have Eric Zamora, who plays Ramon. So yeah, they were pretty good, but my favorite ones are definitely Jenna Kano, Samantha Scafidi, David Howard Thornton, yes, as well as Puya Mosini, and Matt McAllister as Mike the Exterminator was pretty good too. But yeah, not a lot of actors, not a lot of characters, but it's okay in the sense that all those characters were pretty good at what they were, or those actors were pretty good at what they were doing, considering what they were having to work with, which is okay for what it was, but definitely not one of my favorite Halloween movies at all, not by a long shot. But yeah, and there's something, kind of about the beginning of the movie. And well, I'll let you find out for yourselves what it is. But for those who have watched it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's gruesome. It gets, yes, it has a lot of, there are a lot of gruesome scenes in this film that I didn't really enjoy. Even as a horror movie lover myself, there are certain things that are just too much for me to handle. But yeah, if I were to rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd definitely give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that bad either. But it's definitely one of those movies I don't especially particularly love to have watched. It's just it's okay. It's average. It's middle of the road. I don't know. It's okay for what it was. A 6 out of 10 for me. What about you, folks? What did you think about Terrifier? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. In the meantime, folks, stay safe. Goodbye. Take care. This is Horror Town for you signing off.